back now. Shoot.
Linebacker, fullback, whatever.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Larry said we already got a linebacker quarterback.
Yeah. Shoot.
God damn. So Daryl, are you there? So Larry Perry said that he quit the board because he just didn't think that Bethune was going in the right direction.
Yeah, I got text that early this morning. Yeah. Well, you can't make it up.
Broadcasting live from Urban Cigar Lounge, 601 Main Street here in Daytona Beach, Florida, it's the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show. Gridiron Gang, it's game time. Let's flip the switch and do this. A very pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show. It is our bike week edition of the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show. I'm your host, Coach. I'll go with Coach Darold Williams, here with you, along with my co-host, Mr. Ralph Smith, and Mr. Larry Wesley. Guys, how is it going? I'll start out, Ralph. How is it going, sir?
Well, so two things. I still want to eat that meal that Jerry referenced in his write up. He had a lot of good things in there. But you know, this past Saturday reminded me of Jenkins' first 3 years at Bethune-Cookman.
Going into
Going into a game and they played pretty close to a complete game.
Okay.
Pretty close to a complete game. And I'm just hoping that we can sustain that for the next 6 games.
We're going to definitely talk about that tonight. Before we get into that, what do you think? Just a short synopsis. What do you think? Can we do it?
I think we can. I think if we continue to improve, I saw something on defense that I hadn't seen in 2 years. I like what I saw, and if they can continue to work on that part of the game, I think we're going to get even better.
I would highly agree, and we're definitely going to get to all of that on tonight. And we want you as Wildcat fans to participate with us. We're going to, talk about the first 7 games and where we go from here and just what everybody thinks. So, Larry, my man, how's it going, sir? Welcome.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back with you guys. Past couple of weeks, I'm happy, but I'm also frightened. Um, uh, I'm happy with the production of our football team and the fact that they're growing. I'm frightened because the more people see of this ball club, it frightens me about how much of it we're going to be able to keep. That's what scares me to death. And so I guess I need to just enjoy the moment, live in the moment, and not worry about tomorrow or what have you. But um, this ball club right now, and we'll get a chance to develop this. I personally, Ralph mentioned Jenkins. I'm going to say this to you right away, being very up close and personal with Jenkins and seeing what Brian did in those early years of Bethune-Cookman.
Mm-hmm.
This offense that we have right now and the cast of characters we have right now and the coaching, the offensive coaching. Now, let me qualify that. We had 2 great offensive coordinators in Mark Orlando and Danny Barrett in 2010. The problem to me was Brian Jenkins because he was meddling too much on that side of the football. We got a great offense right now and a great offensive coordinator. You can tell the kids love playing for him. And this offense is far more explosive and creative than Jenkins' offense was. Jenkins had a great offense, don't get me wrong. But if Jenkins was going to throw the ball, he wasn't going to throw it to anybody but Eddie Poole. That was it.
Right.
This offense, you got to pick your poison. You don't know who might get this football. So I'm loving that. I just wish that we didn't have internet, so a lot of this couldn't be seen because I'm telling you, Bethune-Cookman is the hottest thing right now in black college football. Nobody wants to see us because of that offense.
No, nobody. Nobody. Not even in practice our own defense.
No. No.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, we'll get to that, guys. We got a lot to uncover tonight, a lot to talk about, and we want you joining in with us, Wildcat Faithful. We're going to discuss a lot tonight, and it's going to be a very interactive show. So, guys, without further ado, we'll cover the SWAC week recap. Mississippi Valley goes to Alabama A&M. Final score of that game, Alabama A&M 45, Mississippi Valley 25. Then we have Lincoln of California goes to Alcorn State. Alcorn State 42, Lincoln 0. Then, of course, as we talked about, and we will definitely discuss, Southern came to Daytona Beach, Florida to face our Wildcats. Final score of that game, Bethune-Cookman 45, Southern 14, and we will uncover it all here shortly. North Carolina Central goes into Bragg Stadium and takes all the bragging away from FAMU. Final score of that game, 45-7, North Carolina Central. You guys got any comment on that? I mean, we know that's what was expected, right?
We probably did, but I don't think anybody on FAMU camped about that.
No, no, definitely not. And then yeah, we'll cover that during the SWAC
Yeah,
schedule.
I think there were people on FAMU's campus who thought it. Maybe not the ones who were thinking that Jake Gaither was going to walk through the door. But if
Right.
you're living in the here and the now, they had to know that that was coming, and they're probably on their knees this week about Alcorn.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So definitely so. So
I tell you what, one thing though, Larry, if they don't beat Alcorn here Saturday, I wouldn't go anywhere near Tallahassee.
Woo, boy. Steve is throwing hot fire over in the comment section, man. He's like, A&M went from sugar to, you know what, to
Yeah.
number
Oh yeah.
two.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There are no pun intended. It's a 5-alarm fire, and nobody has any water to put it out.
What? And no water to be had on either side of the tracks in Tallahassee
That's
right now,
right.
right?
That's right.
And I can say that.
It's got to be an awful smell in Tallahassee.
Boy, it's bad. It's bad. They're taking part of it to California this weekend, and hopefully it don't come back worse than it was.
Right.
Yeah. So, wow. We'll see. Alabama State, huge game. Alabama State goes to Jackson State. That game comes down to pretty much the last second of the game. Final score of that game: Jackson State 38, Alabama State 34. Guys, what do you think about that game?
I'll let Larry go first.
When I got home, I caught the last part of the game from our game getting home, and I'm gonna tell you this, and I say this for future reference. If you saw the end of that game came down to one untimed play from 1 yard out to win or lose the game. And I could look at the TV screen and see that Bama State had gotten the timeout. They had the timeout. But they had no idea what play they were going to run.
They had no idea.
Situational football has always and will always be in play. You need to always have you a 2-point special play that you can go to that nobody's seen or there's very little film out on it. And a lot of what I'm saying is that they needed 1 yard. You knew everybody was going to be looking for Andrew Botty. Right. But if you had a play that you could call, and I'm talking about going way back into the 50s or 60s to run a play that these new defensive coordinators have not seen, they would have walked in for the winning touchdown. Because all these defensive coordinators are used to defending spread and motion. I would have gotten into the belly formation and run a straight, robust T running the belly option, and I would have walked in, guaranteed, because everybody was going to be looking for Body to have that football. They didn't have that play and they lost.
Yeah. Well, another thing to that, the play I don't know whether there was really anything wrong with the play, but that type of play should have been ran on the wide side of the field and not the short side of the field. Yeah. They ran it on the short side.
Well, they ran it into the boundary, Ralph, because they thought they had a man advantage because the defense was always going to be set to the strong side. I have a problem with the play because you still have that out of bounds as another defender when you run it to the short side. I don't think which way you ran it was a problem. I think the selection and who they were trying to cut off was the problem. Show them a defense show them an offense, a formation that they've not seen. Now you put the defense in a bind. I don't think coaches understand that enough today. I really don't.
No, it's not an understood practice, and we, as you said, you go back to old school. You go back to old school, and that's how you win games. It don't matter, I understand this spread formation and this RPO and all this stuff. Nah, old school, man. Let's go get it.
The belly option is as old as today and new as tomorrow, and it's the same concept that you run wishbone or with the double slot. What we call the ham bone option, right. But it's the Georgia Southern double slot option. But the bottom line is if you show a defense something they've not seen just in formation, you confuse them right away.
Out the gate.
And I'm telling you, when you run that belly series the right way, it's almost indefensible. But you got to have that. Remember, guys, I don't want to go off on a tangent. Remember, we beat Florida A&M 2 years in a row with the same play at the end of the game.
Yes, we
the
did.
swinging gate. They never did adjust to it.
Nope.
And so I'm saying, if you got to play, and I had this conversation with Brian Jenkins and with Terry Sims, put a play in that, and I showed him a play that would work. And Ralph, you know who I told him about?
Who?
Rip Collins. Had a play out of the belly formation at Campbell Street, and you could not defend it. If it was run correctly, it was guaranteed to score. But they say that's old-fashioned football. Listen, the game hasn't changed that much. It's still 11 on 11.
Football is football.
Yeah.
That's it. Blocking and tackling. Show somebody something new. How they react to it, you don't know until you show it to them.
But, you know, with that game on the line, you got to throw the kitchen sink and go for what you know.
And Daryl, I'm willing to bet you, if they lined up in the wishbone or the straight T, and they gave that fullback to the first variation of option, the fullback died. The fullback would have walked in because everybody was going to be trying to cut body off at the corner.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I agree with that.
Wow.
I do agree, but you know what? I saw the last part of that game too, and to be perfectly honest with you, I like Alabama State, but I didn't want them to win that game. Because I mean, for me, I'm seeing us win out, and the game is going to come down to Jackson State on whether we go to the Celebration Bowl. And if Alabama State would have beat them, regardless of what we did against Jackson State, it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, because
it wouldn't have mattered.
But it does competition would have won out.
It does matter. And by the time that we get to Jackson State, I personally think we're going to be a much better team than what we are offensively and defensively. That's what I think. I think we're going to continue to improve. Now, we still got some work to do on our defense, and I think that work is ongoing. We just got to continue to realize that we can be better on defense than what we are now.
Yeah.
We can't get happy with what happened last Saturday.
I'm not talking about the defense until we get to grading, okay? I'm not going in that. Leave that alone.
I had to go
there. The way you two went last week, you need to go there, okay?
I had to go.
Okay. Boy, I'm glad I wasn't in Daytona, but you were there, Ralph, and it worked out fine.
Yeah, I did. I talked to the guys when they came down from the press box.
And how was that talk, Ralph?
I said, hey, thanks for making the changes. And they bust out and start laughing.
Daryl, that's not what everybody was saying after that first play from Southern.
I know, right?
I know.
That definitely ain't what I said, bro.
Nope, me either.
Yeah,
my dad couldn't hear what I said. I tell you, man. But yeah, then Texas Southern goes to Grambling. Texas Southern pulls that game out 21-20.
It's interesting what's going on at Grambling, because I kind of thought that Mickey Joseph was the guy. And I'm not quite sure what's going on, but whatever's going on, let it keep going on until we get down there.
Yeah, we got what?
Yeah,
3 games, 2 games before then.
Yeah.
They have that's the first game we'll cover, but they got UAPB at UAPB.
Oh, Grambling?
Yes.
Is that next week?
Yes, this Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That will take us right into our Pro First Sports Management SWAC week schedule and rankings. As we were saying, Grambling goes to Arkansas Pine Bluff. That's a 2 p.m. kickoff there in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Pine Bluff, I mean, yeah.
Don't sleep on them. They can throw that football around the field now.
They can. I just, who they played the other day was kind of, yeah. They can't move it around. They can't get it around. I just thinking next weekend they will not have enough firepower to. But we'll cover that next week, right?
Yeah. Okay.
We'll cover that next week. So then Lincoln, California, boy, they've stayed in the SWAC definitely the last 2 weeks. So they go visit Mississippi Valley State. That's a 2 p.m. kickoff there in Itabena. Prairie View at Southern, 2 p.m. kickoff in Baton Rouge. Yeah, I think from what we've seen, that's probably a Prairie View dub there. Then Virginia Lynchburg goes into Texas Southern. That's a 2 p.m. kickoff there in Houston.
That's gotta be homecoming for Texas Southern.
I believe so.
Oh, absolutely.
I believe so.
You're either going to play Lincoln or you're going to play Virginia Union for homecoming.
Right.
And the SWAC. That's what the SWAC does.
Yeah.
Not Virginia Union, Virginia Lynchburg.
Virginia Lynchburg. I'm sorry.
Yeah, even.
Yeah.
Then we have Alcorn State going into Bragg Stadium this Saturday for homecoming against FAMU. Reactions? Well, I won't say reactions. Predictions, we'll say.
Well, I think there will be a lot more liquor consumed before the game. Okay.
Already,
there'll be
man,
some
I've
after
seen
the game,
lines
but I think
at some of the clubs and stuff like that, and they're partying like.
And I've looked at two sports services that cover the SWAC with commentary. One this morning, they got Alcorn winning 24-21, and they said they don't know if Cozy will get out the stadium if that happens, but they see it as a close football game because Alcorn can run the football, and FAM has difficulty stopping the run, so it's a pick-up type of game.
I text my boy the other day and just told him keep his head up, and he sent me two black fists pounding each other back.
He better make sure he keep his head up this Saturday, so he can see what's coming.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, we one thing we know about most crowds, whether they are HBCU or PWI, they can get real ugly at homecoming.
Boy, what you talking about?
They can get really ugly. And so this has all the potential for that.
He got spared because he didn't get the Earl Holmes treatment.
I mentioned that the other day.
Yeah, because they fired Earl Holmes the week of the homecoming, didn't they?
Yes, that's correct.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. Plus, they took another L because
I was wondering if we were going to get to that.
No, but it was so funny. I said to myself, so they going to appeal to the SWAC. They didn't have any chance of winning that appeal, but that's just FAMU.
They had no chance whatsoever.
No chance whatsoever at winning that appeal.
This is the thing. If the SWAC put the punishment down to begin with, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to come back and feel sorry for you.
Oh. And especially for a school like FAMU.
Yeah, and then you hear, the SWAC is weak.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't happen to a better bunch of people, man, I tell you. I tell you. But, yeah, Wow. So that
Now,
rounds out.
Daryl,
Yes, sir.
I know you are uh, a Tallahassee kind of guy, having gone to school there. You're near Lake City. When Jackson State comes to Tallahassee, please have Amber Alert and medical services on staff, because that could be a real bloodbath, because you
That
know how
could,
bad Jackson State
yes,
dislikes
indeed.
FAMU.
Yes, indeed.
That's going to be that
I,
can be really bad.
there's probably going to be contests before the actual contest. If you get what if you get what I mean, like
Yeah. Oh
the
yeah. Oh yeah.
fan bases are going to, I'm sure, have
Oh
it
yeah.
out way before we even touch toe to leather on that Saturday. But yeah, it's going down. It's going down, and
Yeah.
the team, another team out of Mississippi might start it off this weekend.
Yeah. You might
So
be right. You might be
we'll
right.
see. We'll see. Guys, that'll take us right into our FCS computer rankings for the SWAC. Coming in at 29, Jackson State. They were previously 27. 45, Prairie View, previously 46. Texas Southern comes in at 49. They were previously 74. Alabama State comes in at 58. They were previously 33. Grambling State comes in at 63. They were previously 48. Our Wildcats come in at 71. We were previously 73. Alabama A&M comes in at 94, previously 91. Arkansas Pine Bluff comes in at 100, previously 107. FAMU comes in at 105. They were previously 83. Southern comes in at 110, previously 96. Mississippi Valley comes in at 124. They stayed the same. And then Alcorn moves up 2 spots. They're at 126. They were previously 128. In the SWAC football rankings, now this is starting to truly take shape. We know we're in, the heat, the middle of SWAC competition. Number 1 in the East, Jackson State comes in at 3-0. Overall, they're 5-1. Alabama State comes in at 2-1. Overall, they're 4-2. Bethune-Cookman comes in at 2-1. Overall, we're 3-4. Alabama A&M comes in at 1-2. Previously, they're overall 4-3. FAMU comes in at 0-1. In the conference, they're 1-4 overall. Mississippi Valley rounds out the East, 0-2. In conference, 0-5 overall. In the West, Prairie View comes in 3-0, 4-2 overall. Texas Southern comes in 3-1. In conference, 3-3 overall. Arkansas Pine Bluff comes in at 1-1 in conference, 3-3 overall. Grambling State 0-2 in conference, 3-3 overall. Southern 0-2 in the conference, 1-5 overall. And Alcorn State rounds it out 0-2 in conference, 1-5 overall. It's that time, guys. It's that time. So, Ralph, I want to go back to you, man. We're talking Bethune-Cookman versus Southern University this past Saturday, 3 p.m. in a dreary Daytona Beach, Florida. That's how it started out, but that definitely isn't how it ended. So, Ralph, take me. I want to get perspective from both of you guys since you were there. So, Ralph, dreary day in Daytona. Unfortunately, we canceled our tailgate due to the weather. What was your demeanor heading to the stadium for that game?
Well, personally, I thought we were going to continue what we did the week before. I think our offense, I didn't think that they could get any better than what they had done previously. And then they opened up another can of running backs that I hadn't really seen. And I thought, wait a minute. I had heard about these guys, but they really haven't played that much. One guy hadn't been here since we played FIU. And then they introduced me to Joystick.
Had you on a video game, huh?
Yeah, I actually changed his name to Stick.
He started hollering, stick with the cat. I said, boy,
you heard
he almost
echoes, huh,
hollered.
Larry?
Yeah, he started hollering.
Wow.
Look, I said earlier that I thought that we probably had the best receiving core in all of FCS and probably most of FBS. But I'm thinking our running core could be just or either even better than the receiving core with the kids
Right.
I saw on Saturday.
Right. We
And
had, and we'll get to it, but we had two SEC backs in the stadium on Saturday.
yep,
One for their guy
yep,
and number 26 for us.
yep.
And neither one of them, not to take anything away from Ali, but that man joystick. Let me first, before we go there, Larry, tell me how you felt heading into the stadium or heading to the stadium, and then once you got there on Saturday.
Well, because I wasn't able to join you guys last week on this program, I shared this with Ralph, CC, and Jerry at the end of the game. I was happy we canceled the tailgate based on what we saw with
Right.
the water out there because it really was bad. Um, and then to go sit out in that game and knowing the weather was going to go down as it did, uh, to me, that football game was a historical game in this regard, Daryl. And not a lot of people know this. Bethune-Cookman has been playing football for a long, long time. And if you look at our overall record in the games and teams we played, all the way back into the 40s, especially with Coach Matthews, Funky Matthews,
Mm-hmm.
we had never been able to schedule a game with Southern. There's a name that football aficionados really need to understand from a historical perspective. The name is Arnett Mumford. Mumford. If you've got some time, Google that name. Arnett Ace Mumford. Now, most people don't know about him, but if you Google his name and you look at his accomplishments and just read what's there, you will see why, by his peers, he was regarded the greatest coach in Black college history. And that's just not Black college history. There are white coaches who feel that way about him. So for me, going to that game, Coach Matthews had told me about this when I was at Bethune-Cookman. We
Mm-hmm.
played Xavier of New Orleans.
New Orleans, yes, sir.
Uh, but but Southern would never schedule a game with us. Southern said that we were too small a school. So Coach Mumford stepped down from coaching in '62. Died a year later. But when you read his history and what he represented to the game, Coach Matthews sorely wanted to play Southern. And so I sat in that ring Saturday, not just to watch us play, but in honor of Coach Matthews, because I know that game being played at Daytona would have meant the world to him were he here. And we equipped ourselves very well, acquitted ourselves very well in that football game. But I went out there expecting to continue to see our offense grow, and it did just that. There are, and here's what I want you to hear me say this. I told Ralph this. I mentioned it to you. Every year I give you all a diamond nugget of a
You
football
do
player. You know that.
that.
Every
You
year
do that.
I give you one because I go through that roster like a forensic scientist. I had no idea that Rashawn Davis was at Bethune-Cookman because he was never announced to have signed. But I'm going to tell you, guys, that young man is Randy Walker-esque. You have no idea. I hope the world doesn't get a chance to see it. But you have no idea how good this kid is. Not just at the running back position, but in the slot. He is electric. And when you see the moves that he makes, he's a different kind of running back from anybody else we have on this ball club. He's a make you miss guy and take it to the house. So I was happy to see him get some playing time. I know he played a little bit at the end of the game against Bama State. But, buddy, let me tell you, we didn't even play two running backs who played big football for us the previous 2 weeks.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
They didn't even touch the field. So you talk about a deep running back room. It is essentially that. And so I was real happy to see what we did, continuing our balance. I will say this, in all my years of watching Southern football, that is the weakest Southern football team I've ever seen in my life. They had no answers anywhere.
Right.
Anywhere.
Nowhere.
And it's sad because, like many of the commentators have been saying, it looks as though the coach has lost the locker room. Those kids now, if they don't play Saturday on the Bluff against Prairie View, if they don't give a concerted effort to win that football game, I don't think Graves coaches another game this year.
I don't think so either.
But as far as our game with him, it was complete domination. In fact, I was being a little greedy in the rain. Ralph heard me say it to Jerry. I wanted 50. We would have had 50 if they didn't call the punt return back.
Right.
Because that was a 50 burger any way you sliced it.
Which was also a bad call, too, by the way.
Yeah, I thought it was as well. I thought it really was as well.
It occurred directly in front of us.
Yeah, but it just shows you, what a complete team we basically have, and playmakers galore. Anybody who plays us from here on out, anybody who plays us, Jackson State included, knows that if you're not playing your A game and you let us hang around, the one thing we can do, we can score. And personally, I think we're more explosive than Alabama State. We got more options than Alabama State. We just don't have the defense right now. So who knows what? There's a lot of football left. We hit the halfway mark. There's still a lot of football to be played. But you gotta like the way we're trending. And I really, listen, it rained out there. Ralph will tell you, people who didn't have rain suits, they got wet. That was a steady rain, it was a cool rain. But I enjoyed every moment of it.
I don't hear any sniffles or anything either.
Nah, look, you don't realize, we've gone through 4 of the roughest years at Bethune-Cookman University. We've gone through some 4 rough years.
Right.
And when that kid scored on the first play, I really it didn't bother me one way or the other because I knew we were coming back.
And I was going to ask you guys, like, how was that? Because, of course, watching on SWAC TV, it was like, oh, okay. But it wasn't scoring like we thought it would be. Yes, they're going to get a pass on us, but they didn't gash us running the ball.
No, well, Daryl, if you really were able to look at it again, we went a too high safety.
Yes.
One safety dropped down at the beginning of the play. That cornerback on that side, Harris, has got to know that he doesn't have help over the top.
You have no help.
So he was in a trail position from the beginning. You cannot be playing a corner position with no help over the top on your side and be underneath the receiver. You got to be on top of him. Right. And so once he got the ball was thrown perfectly. Now it's a race to the finish line. Yes, but had the safety been sitting on the hash in our traditional 4-2 defense, that play is not completed. Yeah. But it was good to see us drop the safety down because we were expecting a lot of run from Holly.
Right.
And we wanted to cut him off. That's what we were trying to do.
Exactly.
Right. Which we all want, right? So
exactly.
That's what we said. Like Ralph said, hey, that happened. We're not going to, no flinching. No flinching. We are Bethune-Cookman. We finally got Southern at home. All right, let's do what we got to do to them. So
I'll come. I'm going to say one more thing. If they're giving an award right now for the most innovative and creative offensive mind in the SWAC this year, if it's not Dante Pimpleton, I want to know who it is.
I do too.
Because he's putting on master classes. He's playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. The way he attacked Southern's defense, they had no idea. Southern came in, we're not going to let you beat us deep. But, buddy, did we carve them up underneath? They couldn't stop a cold.
And with their sheer size, you think, okay, well, matchups are, lean towards them, but it didn't matter. It didn't factor in at all.
It really did. No, it really didn't.
And somewhere along the line, guys, I know we grade every week, but somewhere along the line, the unsung heroes of this football team, that offensive line we got,
yeah,
buddy, they pass block, they protect, and they move people, which allows us to run that football.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
They have been totally remade up there. And if you watch them, they play with a lot of energy. When the running back falls down, the first person to get over there, Takeo Schultz, he's there picking up the running back.
Boy,
that line is they're really playing well.
They are. So, guys, let's go into the game recap. So, our Wildcats respond on the next drive after the long touchdown. We go 83 yards, 13 plays. Cam Ransom on that drive goes 6 for 7 passing on the drive. Then he takes off, goes up the middle for 13 yards, scores, gets into the end zone. Juan Dominguez knocks it in. We're tied 7-7 with 2:24 remaining in the first quarter. Then we go ahead for good in the game. Second quarter comes up. We do what we need to do. We go up. We score 14-7. We make Southern punt again. We go down the field, and then that man, Ricky Shaw, he's a dangerous one. Hit him on an out route. Touchdown, Wildcats. We go up 21-7. Then, as you guys said earlier, we have punt return for 73 yards. Legal block in the back brings it back. But that's okay. The Wildcats are still hot. We're still moving the ball. Go to halftime, come back out second half. 3rd and 3 from the 22. Cam Ransom finds Malik Huggins for a 20-yard gain. We go down the 2-yard line, and then you hand that ball to our SEC man, Mr. Ali Scott. Push it into the end zone. Man, as you said, big time. Big time, big ups for the offensive line, because if Ali doesn't have the offensive line, he does not score on that play. Our guys pick him up for the most part, and we will it to be so to put him in the end zone. So, it's... Oh, man, I tell you, guys, it's just... This is a different football team. This is a different football team. Go ahead, Larry.
You make that second touchdown sound mighty easy going up 14-7, but in true respect, we handed the ball off the joystick 3 times, and he was in the end zone on the 3rd time, okay? I'm talking about in the end zone.
I did it on purpose so you can give him his correct due.
Yes, sir. Southern better be glad they didn't see much more of him, okay?
Yeah. I'm with you on that. We had to cool his jets off, and
you got that right.
give him a week off, and
yes,
yeah. Yeah, definitely. So, man, then our Wildcats, 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Southern went for it, 4th and 6 at their own 29-yard line. They fumbled the ball. We're at Southern 16-yard line. And then Dominguez knocks it in, 32 yards out. Our Wildcats go up 31-7. Then we talk about that man who came from Pitt with the electric hands that if you put it up there to him, 9 times out of 10, what's going to happen?
He's going to always win 50-50s. He always wins.
He's pretty much coming down with the ball, right?
Pretty much.
Yes, sir.
He does it. He did it last year. He's doing it now. He's going to win 50-50 balls every time.
Lorenzo Jenkins, 33-yard, 38-7 Wildcats. And, they put in their backup quarterback. We let him go down the field. He hits Kobe Brown for a 14-yard score, 38-14.
Yeah, but hold on for a second. They put their backup quarterback in. All our defensive players are backups.
Yeah, we had third and fourth string in there.
Yeah, our whole defense was backups.
When have you seen that this year?
I haven't seen it in 4 years. Dude, we really, I mean, to be perfectly honest, we really haven't mattered in 4 years.
No.
I mean, what is happening now is almost like this can't be happening, and it's happening right in front of our faces. It's happening.
And in a week, and I don't want to spoil it, but in a week where we had huge questions on Thursday night about our
defense.
Yes. It was absolutely answered. We saw the changes. Like you said earlier, Ralph, when you talk to the guys in the press box, it's not the normal guys who are up in the press box on the defensive side. Wembley,
but the other interesting thing that a lot of people don't realize, though, it almost appears that this team improvement coincide with
the president,
with the grades, actually.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, we were almost at level 2 penalty by the NCAA because of we was around 850 or 849
APR.
Now we up around APR. Now we up around 980.
It has went up higher.
So all of this is happening. Yeah, it's all happening as you get the education part right and everything start falling in place. It's interesting. It's
the biggest thing that the discussions we've had with Coach Woody and that staff was it takes a lot to build a program. And we've been looking for this for 3 years, and the work was being done. You're going to take some lumps to start out with, but as you continue to grow, then you see the output that we're getting right now. So, man, it's just, as I'm sure you guys are, I hate we got to take a week off, right? I hate the week.
Well, you're right. But to see the joy, the infectious joy of especially the offensive players, to be playing in this offense, who wouldn't want to play in this offense?
Right.
Because everybody gets to eat.
Yes.
Everybody
gets to eat, and there isn't any animosity among some.
No.
You want to touch the ball? It's like Oprah. You get a football, and you get a football, and you get a football. It's just Oh man.
Dad, I don't know if you could see it on TV. Ralph saw it, and I saw it in the game. After our last touchdown, We kicked off to Southern, and Juan Rodriguez ran down the field and hit one of the Southern blockers.
Sure did.
He hit him so
Really?
hard. He
He
hit him
knocked
so
him
hard.
out.
The Bethune-Cookman sideline erupted, the players.
What?
And
Yep.
the young man from Southern was as wobbly as a boxer. But the team was just so elated for just the hit he applied on not the running back, on the blocker who was blocking for the return guy.
Wow. Wow, that's remarkable, guys. Truly, truly, truly remarkable. Like the welcome.
So we didn't.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So we didn't get to see Kamari this week or
Nope.
Mr. Johnson, the running back from Montana. Neither one of those two played.
Number 2. He didn't play
Number
either.
two. Yeah, number 2.
That's
he didn't
about
play.
2 weeks for him. Nah,
Did he play against Alabama State at all?
No, he didn't, unfortunately, make the trip.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, he might get to eat real good for homecoming.
Yeah, he might. He might if he's there. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, if he's there. So,
Speaking of food, is that the chef coming in?
He's here, but he won't say anything though. I've been waiting for
Mr.
it.
L.
Listen,
He cooking on
look, I'm just over here admiring the fact that Bethune-Cookman is winning, which means that my skin is brighter, my teeth are whiter, even my chest hairs are soft and supple like the DeBarge hairstyle.
Oh boy.
Daryl, he's on the road. He's cooking now. He's styling.
Yeah.
I'm unbuttoning my shirt so I can show off my chest hairs. That's how I feel.
Jerry, how was it for you on Saturday?
It was, I like to echo what the professor just said. We knew we were entering into rainy conditions, windy conditions. It looked like, we're Floridians, most of us. But you know what it looks like when a tropical storm is passing through. That's what the weather conditions look like, right? It's like gray and rainy and windy. We knew that going into it. Right decision to cancel the tailgate. But as Larry said, I enjoyed every minute of it. We all sat right there through it all, came geared up with our weather gear, and it was just a great time to be there. Great atmosphere to witness. For those fans who showed up, they were engaged and active, which says a lot about where the program is right now, that people would endure those type of conditions to come and support this squad and not being, sitting up there in the stands miserable, but to be fully engaged. And I was certainly one of those who was fully engaged and appreciated every moment.
Definitely so. Definitely so.
I didn't want to go. I wanted a fifth quarter.
Yeah, it was good. Hey, speaking of fifth quarter, shout out to Donovan Wells. Took a little bit of criticism from some of the fans in the first couple of games for not playing. Maybe he knew that the weather was what it was and he was going to try to cheer us up. But the Marching Wildcats played the entire game, added a lot of energy into the atmosphere and did what they do. So shout out to Dr. Wells or Mr. Wells and the prop.
That's it.
Definitely. So on the day, the Jaguars were led by Trey Holly. He had 71 yards rushing on 14 carries, which is not a good day for him. The quarterback off the bench, Strother, finished with a touchdown. He went 9 for 13 through the air for 101 yards. Defensively for the Jaguars, Elijah West finished with a game-high 12 tackles, 8 solo, and a pass deflection. For our Wildcats, that man Joystick in the game with 65 yards and the touchdown on the ground. He had 9 carries. Ali Scott had 49 yards and a score on the ground and a touchdown. Malik Huggins, 8 receptions for 92 yards. Shaw and Jenkins each had a receiving touchdown. On our defense, Steven Sparrow, 6 tackles, 3 solo. Jalen Lewis had 4 and 3 assists. Our stats. Yeah, go ahead, Jerry.
No, I didn't want to interrupt. But I just wanted to go back to something that you guys talked about. I was listening, but couldn't dial in at the time. You talked about that first play that Southern had, right? Cameron McCoy, the pass to for the Morris kid. And so, one of the things I want to give a shout out to the defensive staff. They came into this game and they said, we understand that Southern likes to run the ball. Trey Holly is a phenomenal player at running back. And they committed to not being in that vanilla look and to stopping the run. And what I want to say is a shout out for all of the criticism that we had for the defense in the week prior. Even though they came out and gave up a 71-yard touchdown on the first play, they did not deviate from their game plan. They stayed aggressive. They didn't say this isn't going to work. Let's not blitz. Let's not put extra hats in the box. Let's go back to they actually stayed aggressive. They stayed, mixing up their looks. And I was very impressed with Robert Wembley and those guys over there by saying, by willing to do something different. And even though they had every chance to revert back to what was comfortable and just playing more soft coverage after that first play, but they actually stuck with it and committed to it, and the dividends paid off. The other person I want to shout out is, we talked about Steven Sparrow having a little bit of an issue with Andrew Body the week before. Steven Sparrow had a phenomenal game, running things down. He had a sack. He had a pass breakup. So, again, just seeing the growth from week to week from both the headsets and the players on the field, just wanted to give a huge shout out to the defensive performance.
Most definitely, huge defensive performance from our guys. Overall, just total team effort and the enjoyment that was shared on Saturday during the game and after. And then the head skipper, man, who's the best? I tell you, man, it just warms your heart to see our guys, because we know, and even us as fans, we know what we've been through over the last few years. So, yeah, to finally be showing our SWAC, potential is definitely something to behold.
We got to complete the job, though.
Yes, we definitely have to complete the job.
We got to complete the job. We got to continue to improve on defense.
Yes.
And continue to be unstoppable on offense. We got to continue it. We got to go to the last until November 22nd?
Yes, sir. Yeah. And possibly further. If it all works out.
Yeah, I was watching one of the podcasts this morning talking about Southern's game coming up against Prairie View for homecoming. I think it's this Saturday on the Bluff. But I was not aware of, going into the Cookman Southern game, that the running back Holly is really on a pitch count.
Yes,
they're limiting the number of touches he has per game, and that's sad because he's clearly their number one option in the running back room, and maybe on the offense in general, because he's a home run hitter every time he touches it. But I thought we'd get a heavy dose of it, and didn't understand why he wasn't carrying it as much. But I was not aware of that until they made reference of it this morning. So he's the bell cow that makes them really go, and they're trying to figure out the quarterback situation, like a lot of people are in the conference who are struggling. But if they don't play this week, like I said, this is it for them. This is it. This is the game that they got to make a stand in, because if Prairie View wins this game, they take a commanding control of the West.
They definitely.
This is, for all intents and purposes, the game that will determine whether Prairie View has a straight shot to the championship game.
Guys, let's go over our stats for that game, and then we'll go through our grading period. On Saturday, Bethune-Cookman, total yards 498, Southern 267. Passing yards, Bethune-Cookman 271, Southern 202. Rushing yards, Bethune-Cookman 227, Southern 65. Penalty yards, Bethune-Cookman 8 for 75, Southern 9 for 60. First downs, Bethune-Cookman 32 first downs, Southern 12. Third down conversions, Bethune-Cookman 8 for 13, Southern 1 for 9. Fourth down conversions, Bethune-Cookman 1 for 3, Southern 1 for 4. Total time of possession. Bethune-Cookman 41 minutes, 41 seconds. Southern 18 minutes, 19 seconds.
Yeah.
And the other part to that, we did not punt that entire game.
No.
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 I figure the Southern defensive players were saying that the offense shouldn't get any food. They should get their food because they left them out there all day long.
Right. On this island, man. They're saying never
first
take us
downs
back
the
to
whole
Daytona
half.
again.
Yeah.
Wow.
2 first downs the whole half for Southern.
Wow. Guys, fans, it's that time. It's our grading period. So we'd like to hear from you in the comments on Facebook and YouTube. Let us know what your grades are when we go by the positions. This also includes the headsets, which includes the position coach. So without further ado, we'll kick it off. Ralph, running quarterbacks.
I'm going to give him a B+.
All right. Why you give a B? We had 2 play. What's your B?
Oh, I think both quarterbacks played. I think both quarterbacks played well, but I still think they got room for improvement.
Okay.
I think B+ is really a high score, actually.
Larry.
I'm going to give them an A-. They didn't turn the football over. They played pretty clean football. I still think a little bit in the RPO game. The first touchdown that Cam made in the game, our first touchdown, he made a good run. He had Bon in a pitch position, but there was a guy kind of shadowing him. But he turned it up and took it to the goal line. I still have problems with him. He's got to complete the process. Hold on to the football.
Yeah.
If you're going to run it, big guy, hold on to the football. But all in all, I thought he managed the game. He and Timmy managed the game really, really well. And I can live with an A- because had we scored on all those possessions, that we should have scored. There was nothing Southern should have done that could stop us. They played good defense inside the red zone, but they couldn't stop what we were supposed to be doing. We missed a touchdown on the missed field goal. We got Bon running in the back of the end zone, but we had the wind behind us. And Cam, I don't know whether the coaching staff mentions this, when you got that wind blowing, you got to take a little bit off that ball. He led Bon almost to the back of the end zone, and he couldn't make the catch. But he was open earlier than that, So mechanically, not being nitpicky, but those are plays you got to have, and so I can live with an A-.
Jerry,
you guys are tough graders, and so I'm
well, you
I'm
got a
gonna
professor
say,
over
look,
there, big guy.
yeah, okay. Well, you were what, 36 for 39 or something like that? No, maybe my numbers are off. Cam completed 75% of his passes. Was it 30 for 39? I believe it was 30 for
27
39
or 36 or something like that.
27 for 36. That sounds about.
I think that's
right,
what it was.
because
yeah.
That's right. It was 27 for 36 because overall they were 30 for 39 because Timmy completed all of his passes. So you're right. You have no turnovers. You scored on all of your possessions except one that, again, you just didn't connect on in the first quarter. That you let them a little bit too much. And then you missed. But even on that, you still had a chance for a field goal that you missed. And then you had a fourth down that you just didn't connect on, just a little bit of timing issue and off. And other than that, the only other failed conversion was at the end of the game when you had the backups in. I thought
Correct.
the quarterbacks did an excellent job. I'm going to give them an A. I want perfection, so I'm not going to say A+, but an A, not much more you can ask for those guys, for my opinion.
There you go.
Okay.
What say you, comment section? While we move on, running backs, Ralph.
Hey, I'm giving the running backs an A. I would give them A+, but I still think they got room for improvement, so I'm gonna give them an A.
All right, Larry.
A. Thought they ran it really well. They held onto the football in very bad conditions.
Yeah.
So I thought that that's why really that A looks really good.
Jerry.
A. Love the versatility of the running backs and love what we saw from Joystick. But, again, what makes that running back room so good is that you got a little bit of everything. You got some slash and Joystick. You got power and Ali. You got downhill speed and Kamani. It's a lot to like over there.
That's right.
Steven agrees with you guys. A.
Yeah.
Let's go wide receiver / tight ends.
I'm giving them an A. Actually, I could give them an A+. I'm going to give them an A+.
Okay.
Well, the school that I taught at, they didn't give A+. So the best you can get in my class is an A. But I will go on record and I'll say this, if I've not said it before. This is the best group of wide receivers that I have seen at Bethune-Cookman in many, many years. You probably have to go back to the Larry Little years when we were throwing it on every down with Jeff Parker and that crew. Mm-hmm. But it's a very deep and versatile room, and people have no idea of what we have on the bench that has not gotten on the football field yet. So they're really good. Somebody asked me would I rank them with the Rack boys of Florida A&M. Florida A&M might have had more speed, but I think in terms of versatility, this wide receiver room will stack up against any football team that I've seen in a long time in the SWAC or the MEAC.
Definitely. Jerry.
Love the receiver room. I'm it's the position that I know the most about, so I'm going to be a bit more critical. I'm going to give them a B+, only from this standpoint. They did everything right. No, I'll give them an A. I'll give them an A-. I'll give them an A-.
Okay.
I want to see Bonbon figure out how to help his quarterback up when that ball's not thrown perfectly and bring it in. I am nitpicking, but figure out a way to keep your feet in and make that catch in the tough conditions. And then again the fourth down play. Again, it was there to be made. Not the conditions aren't perfect. I just want to see you bring it in. Am I nitpicking? Absolutely. But I want to see those plays made as we move forward. And so in a game that, the small margins can make a big difference. So A-.
We got A+ in the comment section. And as Steven was saying, as Steven was saying, I remember Jerry saying before the season started that we actually improved in our running back room, though we lost Palmer. And that couldn't be, that's so true. So true. Because you went from, not to knock the other running backs from last year, but you went from featured back to whoever gets on that field on Saturday, you can look for some lightning to come from them. That's just what it is. So let's go offensive line.
I told the NIL guys to save their money at running back because we were good. That's what I told the NIL.
That was great advice. That was great advice. And, yeah.
Boy.
Indeed. Let's go offensive line, Ralph.
I'm giving my offensive line an A. I think they stood their ground. They created holes, and actually we had a balanced offense. And I think because of what the job that they did, we had a balanced offense. So I'm giving them an A.
Larry?
I would give him an A as well. Southern intended to bring pressure with Kelby. He was a defensive preseason player of the year, and we blocked him singularly. We controlled him. They flipped sides with him. He still couldn't get to the quarterback. So I thought their ability to pass block, not having holding penalties, and then to make that running game go, for us to be as balanced as we are, or were, and have been, they get an A. They're growing right. They're growing up right before our eyes. It's a joy to watch these guys work, and they work well.
Jerry?
Here. A+. I think you could give the position group of the game to any position group on offense. I'm going to give it to the offensive line for the reasons that Larry mentioned. No holding. We ran our complete offense. We didn't have to vary anything because of and again, we're talking about Shelby Givens is a great football player over there, and I think he may have got a little bit of penetration on the first drive or two, and after that, they whipped his butt, and Tebow Schultz let him know the whole game, I am winning this matchup.
and then so danced it wasn't
and then like you can't hide, buddy. It's me and you, mano and mano. And yes, again, as Larry said, they would try to flip sides, and and Hammonds did a good job on him. So
sure did.
Man, listen, if kudos to this offensive line.
Yes, sir.
Definitely. And we got an A+ online. Yeah.
The guys, we saw a little of this with Miami, because when Miami still had their ones in there, and we were still blocking those guys on pass protection, you knew something was changed, or something had changed, something was different about this particular unit. And they've continued to grow week in and week out. Watch the enthusiasm and the effort that they give. They really play for each other.
I totally agree with you, Larry. I truly believe that Coach Washington and Coach Pimpleton work well together to set up a great offensive game plan, especially running the ball. And, numerous times in years past, we saw, there's a very unhappy Coach Washington. But now it's like everything that is called, it works. And it's remarkable. I think they found a winning nucleus over there. So let me get an offensive team grade, Ralph.
A-.
Okay. Larry.
I'm gonna go A.
I'm going with Larry. A. I think if they could have got 2 more yards and got to 500, Ralph may have given them an A. Ralph may have given them an A. 498 is not 500.
There you go, buddy.
There you go, Jerry. Just won't do it.
Yep.
Just won't do it.
Can't do it, brother.
Guys, I think, there's questions being asked. There's some people being, getting scared. If we continue having this success, do we lose Coach Pimpleton? From knowing what I know, it would have to be a position that he absolutely positively could not do without, and hard to turn down. And I think that is a head coaching position for him to leave Bethune-Cookman.
What a great problem to have.
Yeah, right.
Isn't that what you want to be?
Yeah.
Isn't that you want? I wish that we want to perform so well that other people want what's going on here. Do I want to lose them? No. do I understand the reality of college football? Absolutely. And so I don't think that there's, again, it will be, he has a 1-year sample size right now, and right now half a year. So I would love to say, I want us to have that dilemma. I want him to continue to perform so well that other people ask that question. Now, hopefully we keep him for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more years. But that's a great problem to have. I'm not afraid of that. I welcome that.
At all. I think his relationship with Coach Woody makes that a hard decision for him to walk out, unless it's, like I said, something substantial to where, it betters him and his family greatly, not laterally. Yeah. So, guys, let's flip over to the other side of the ball. Let's go D-line. Ralph.
I'm going to give the D-line a B+. I think they played a lot better than they have had. They played against Alabama State, and I think they're improving as well. I'm going to give them a B+.
We had the young man.
I'm going to give him
Yeah, go ahead, Larry.
Yeah, I'm going to give him an A-. I love the rotations that we had. We were running people in and out, and we didn't lose a lot of much of any drop-off between the 1s and 2s. I'm loving the fact that we got some new big guys up front. The kid from Northwestern, Lurie, is playing really, really well. Really a force. Cornelius Bass is really growing into the defensive end. Adrian Hall, as always, he's going to be your bell cow. But I love that we're developing depth there, and I love the pre-snap motion that we were showing, something different, so that we could sort of make them think about blocking assignments. So I give them an A-.
All right, Jerry.
I echo everything Larry just said, and I would add to that. I think Isaiah Washburn that's his last name, right?
Yeah, 11. Yep.
Yeah. And guys who actually show well for themselves, add him in the mix there as well.
Definitely. A-. All right. What do you say online?
And Jeremy.
Don't forget Jeremy.
Yeah, definitely. Linebackers. Ralph.
I'm giving the linebackers an A. And I'm going to give Steve, I'm going to give Sparrow an A+, actually, because I think that he had the game of his life. After what he didn't play very well against Alabama State, he played exceptionally well on Saturday.
I
thought he did an excellent
tackles,
job.
The tackle against the quarterback over there going towards their sideline, you got to be a heck of an athlete to make that play. Gotta be.
He was all over the place.
Yeah, he was. He definitely was. Larry.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the A-. I love the fact that they were very instinctive. Sparrow was not thinking; he triggered when he saw something. He went and put it in motion, and I thought that they showed well in their gap fits for the run offense that Southern tried to get, and they wanted to run that football out of that stretch play running off out of the C gap. And we constantly either had the safety coming down. This was clearly, to me, the best, most complete football game where I saw the linebackers making plays.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Great run fits by everybody on the second level. Great run fits. I give him an A. Steven Sparrow, he also had that deflection when they were running down the middle of the field, right down the middle of the field. But here's what I will say. Here's what I love. I think this is what we saw different in this game than the other games. In this game plan, it was attack downfield. So with guys like Sparrow, it was go out, your instincts, and your ask them to sit back there and read the second level to get on you. And because of that, that's the strength of these guys. You got a bunch of converted DBs playing linebacker. So these guys are used to going out and using their athleticism. So I'm saying let's continue to play into the strength of these guys. They didn't have to think. They could see it. They could react it. They had the athleticism to adjust on the fly, and we saw the results. These guys played great.
I think the other young guy who's from the same high school that Sparrow is from, I think his name is Tariq Hollinger. He transferred year, but he's a Jones high product. He's more of a strong safety. I saw, and that's what I love. Play with intensity, trigger when you need to trigger, and go make the play. And the tackling was much better than I've seen it in a while.
Much better. Ralph, you didn't have to wait to the open week to get it. Didn't have to wait to the open week. Let's see. Defensive backs. Ralph.
I'm going to give the defensive back. I don't know what I want to give them. I'm thinking B plus, maybe B minus. That's where I'm at. I'm kind of.
How about just a B?
I was sort of like more impressed with my safeties, actually. I just give them a B then.
Okay. Larry?
You know, for me, when you kind of grade that secondary, you know, more so than anything else, is when are we slipping into that cover 2 prevent, and when are we in man? I thought when we were in man and we were challenging at the line of scrimmage and riding receivers down the field, I thought we played A- football. I think that's our best coverage pattern. We got good sized corners. And when you got that kind of length and that kind of athleticism, let them play. That's what they're there for. Let them play. Don't have them sitting back and waiting for the play to unfold. So I thought we played well in man coverages, about as good as we could, with the exception of Johnny's first gap, and he knows better. He's got to be on the top side. He can't be in that trail position if the safety is coming down. Because if the catch is completed, he doesn't need to be chasing anybody. He needs to be making a tackle right then. So I can live with A-.
A minus. All right. Jerry.
Yeah, about the same. I think we're and they. I mean, again, we kept them off the board minus that first play.
Yeah.
And so and they were, again, they helped in the run game. They were great job with their run fits, and again, it was look, great job by the defense overall.
Let's go defensive team, Ralph.
I'm going to give them an A minus.
Okay.
Did you do safeties?
Well, I think he skipped safety because I wanted to.
No, I mean,
actually,
DBs are considered safeties.
You put the safeties with the cornerback.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the safeties is a totally different.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I get it, but those safeties played differently on Saturday than they played the last 2 years.
That's why I was asking.
They played different.
So,
we sort of unleashed them a little more Saturday.
We're at an open week. Grade the safeties.
I'm going to give the safeties a B plus.
Okay. Larry.
I'm going to give them an A minus.
Okay. Jerry, you got anything for safeties?
Yeah, well, no, I included them in my first one, their run fits and all that stuff. So it's all good though. But I understand why you're separating them because of, especially in this 4-2-5, you put a lot of stress on them in the run game to come and help. So exactly. I get it. I understand.
Larry, team defense.
You talking to me or Larry?
Larry.
What about it?
Team defense. Great.
Team defense.
Overall.
Team defense.
Yeah.
Overall defense. I'd have to say A minus.
Okay.
I really would. A minus. Yeah.
Jerry.
I give them an A. It's the best defensive performance we've seen in 2 years. The defense on Saturday looked a whole lot more like the defense that we saw in year one under Raymond Woody. And again, they made Southern look really, really bad. And they kept Trey Holly under wraps. And that is a very good football player.
Yes, sir. I know we're jumping ahead a little bit, but guys, we've been asked from one of the UAPB faithfuls to be nice to them because they were nice to us and to take it easy on them. Maybe he'll come back next week and ask the same thing, and we'll take it into consideration then. As of right now, no.
I mean, just because we're a church don't mean we're going to be nice to everybody.
Yeah.
No, Daryl, just ask him if he comes to the game. I can promise him a sweet potato pie.
There you go. We'll give you a sweet potato pie. We'll even give you something for the ride home, other than a butt whipping. So, guys, let's.
Sweet potato pie.
What about special teams?
I'm going to give them an A minus because I still think we got a problem
Getting the ball
with
down.
the guy holding the ball for the picture points. Yeah, I think we still have a problem there. I think we got to get better there because I think that's going to come down to be critical in the games to come.
Yeah. Larry.
Yeah, I think an A minus because I think our field goal kicker, particularly Saturday with that wind, he could have hit that 51-yarder with plenty to spare and just drifted to the left. But I thought part of that was the hole that we struggled to get that down. But I'd like to, everything is so conventional now. I remember years ago for special teams, you usually had a quarterback or either a wide receiver holding that football. Today, you find a lot of punters holding for kickers, and I don't know. Put a good hands guy back there to get that football down. It's too critical.
Yeah.
I agree.
Jerry?
Yeah, I give him a B plus. I think, I wonder if the issue is more with the long snapper than the holder, because I tell you what, that ball is normally getting back there pretty slow and a little bit high. But I'll tell you this, after they missed that first one, somebody got into them because that ball was coming back there on a rope after that first one. And so yeah, but it's like the timing has been off between the snap and the hole for most of the season. But my only guess is that somebody may have been told that they were on their last leg because the snaps for the remainder of the game look better than anything we've seen since the first week or two. And so,
really tell people that, Jerry?
Well, it looked like it. There was
you can see it, Daryl.
You can see the
right.
Oh no, we know, we know that kind of word gets through, and the stuff that you don't hear up in the stands, it's rough down there on the field. What you do here, so yeah.
But see, I think we have two exceptionally good special team coaches too, and there are new additions to Bethune-Cookman. I think they've done an excellent job.
Definitely.
And I think we're going to even get better at that at special teams.
No question.
And listen, and Larry mentioned this earlier. That field goal coverage, the kickoff coverage team.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
You mentioned like Juan Rodriguez running through 46, whoever 46 was.
boys,
but he wasn't the only one. I mean, every time they ran down there,
they somebody. They were on a mission.
Those guys are on
but even more importantly, though, I think all our kickoffs went into the end zone, with the exception of one where we kicked it out of bounds.
Yeah. Well. All right, guys. Let's our last grade overall team. Ralph.
I'm giving them an A.
All right.
I concur. A.
And Jerry.
I concur. A.
All right.
Continue to play like this. If they play like this the next 3 games, they'll win them. And if they continue to be in confidence, I think we'll wait on that.
Yeah. I'm with you, Jerry. Well, thank you guys. Thank you, fans, for grading with us. That'll take us right into our Bethune-Cookman first 7 games recap. We'll go over our stats real quick, and then we'll go over our Alpha 1 staff and Bethune-Cookman winning out game plan. Points per game. Bethune-Cookman scores 29.86 points per game, averaging our opponents 35.86. On the season, we scored 209 points. Our opponents 251. Those are those big number games, Miami and those guys. First downs on the season, Bethune-Cookman has 165 first downs. Our opponents 166. As far as rushing yards, Bethune-Cookman averages 185.1 yards per game. Our opponents 185.7. Total rushing yards on the season 1,296. Our opponents 1,300. Passing, we have attempted 223 passes on the season, completed 148. Interceptions 6. Our opponents attempted 231. They have completed 145. 5 interceptions. Our average passing yards per game, 252. Our opponents, 259. On the season, passing yards, 1,764. Our opponents, 1,813. Total offense, we have ran 481 plays. We average 437 point yards per game. Our opponents, 444.7 yards. On the season, total yards, 3,060 yards. Our opponent, 3,113. Let's jump down to penalties. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
You know what I think is one of the stats you just mentioned. You said our offensive points per game is 29 points, and that's a huge improvement from last year. But it doesn't tell the full story.
It does not.
No.
Right now, we are averaging 40.3 points per game against SWAC opponents. 40 points a game.
Yes.
Against teams in our conference. That is incredible.
That is incredible.
Listen, from one chef to the other chef, when you put us in the chitlin department, we're cooking. Okay, we're cooking in the HBCU department. Ain't nobody cooking chitlins like us. Okay,
no.
Trust me.
Definitely so. Definitely so. Penalties. Bethune-Cookman averages 60.86 penalties per game. Our opponents 59.57. On the season, we have 46 penalties for 426 yards. Our opponents 49 for 417. Time of possession, Bethune-Cookman per game 32:02. Our opponents 27:58. Total time of possession for the season 3 hours 44 minutes and 12 seconds. Our opponent 3 hours 15 minutes 48 seconds. If you go back, as Jerry said, to last year, none of these numbers would ever proceed out of our mouths. It's just facts. Guys, that'll take us right into our Alpha 1 staffing Bethune-Cookman win out and run the table game plan. So I need to hear from each one of you guys what that looks like in your summation. We'll start with Ralph first.
You know, the way I see this and what I saw on defense on Saturday, if we continue to improve on defense, I'm thinking we're going to get there. Because our offense, the games that we got to play, I don't think it's any, including Jackson State, I don't think they can stop us. I just don't think so. But we got to continue to improve on defense in order to win out. That's where I'm at.
Larry?
I think the Most critical factor is, for me, if we can stay healthy.
Yes.
We've been fortunate so far to not have major injuries at key positions that put us really in a bind. I do believe that we're going to be favored in every football game with the exception, the remaining game with the exception of Jackson State. And just watching Jackson State's approach with Bama State, um, what Bama State wanted to do, I don't know if that game plan works against us. Because I believe Coach Pimp is really going to have a quick game ready for Jackson State. We're going to make Jackson State defend the entire football field. I thought Bama State wanted to be physical and try to bully them, and so they played into Jackson's hand. I think clearly we are the team on the schedule remaining for games to be played for Jackson and Cookman. We represent the greatest threat to Jackson State. And if we can get a little bit of defense like we saw Saturday, that ball game could be much more interesting than a lot of people truly recognize. We're going to continue to grow. This team is believing, not just the coaching staff, not just Coach Woody. I'm worried about getting him checked after the game. We need to monitor his heart and everything because these videos, he started to
serious, aren't they?
remind me of Alvin all over again, you know. But I think the sky is the limit for this ball club. It really is, and there is a great possibility. And I'm not just saying that tongue in cheek. I truly believe this. When you can score, that's a different ball game. Because that means your opponent knows they can't for one moment relax. When you're putting up 40 points a game, what we're on pace to do right now, and to continue to do that's a threat. That's a threat. I personally think Alabama State got a break. They caught us at the right time. I don't know if you want to catch this team toward the end of the year if they continue to grow and believe like they are right now. So that's the recipe. Stay healthy and continue to grow in all facets of the game. We can get there.
Jerry.
Yep. I think we all saw this team grow up tremendously offensively in the second half of the South Carolina State game, and they've continued since then to only be on a upward trajectory. So offensively, continue to do what you're doing with the versatility, the skill set, the athletes that you have on offense. This offense is going to continue to thrive, barring any major injury. Take care of the ball, stay healthy. The offense is going to be great. I mentioned the South Carolina State game because now we go out against Southern, and on the defensive side of the ball, you actually go out and you have a very good game to give you something to build on, to figure out some things that you do well. You have an opportunity now to continue to tweak that with the run of the next 3 games that you have against Pine Bluff, against Valley, against Grambling State. They're all Division I programs, so they can all hurt you. But I think we'll be heavily favored, and we should be able to go out and continue to figure out the things that we do well to tweak and to grow. Hopefully, we continue to see the type of growth on defense that we saw happen, that the Southern game become a catalytic moment like that South Carolina State was on offense. So if that happened, we go into Jackson State, and I think right now, as Larry said earlier, I think our offense matches up better with Jackson State than Alabama State. And
Absolutely.
if we could play any semblance of defense, you got to remember, Jackson State won that game at home on their homecoming by 1 yard. So if we can go out and put up a better offensive performance than Alabama State, which I think is possible, if we can develop and continue to grow defensively, then who knows? I think we got a real shot to go in there and shock the HBCU world.
They don't have Irv Mulligan. And as we remember, even back to last year, you know, we jumped out on those guys just in the second half. We couldn't stop the run. And that's what put them over the top against us. So
again, what we saw defensively this last game was go out and take away their best threat, make them beat you doing something they don't want to do. If that continues to be the approach, and we go out and say, We think Jacoby Morgan is a good football player, but we don't think he can beat us consistently throwing the ball down the field. I like that game plan.
Definitely.
I agree. I totally agree with that.
I think we have to, continue our offensive balance, continue to minimize turnovers, make them pretty much obsolete. As we did on this past Saturday, we have to continue with the defensive adjustments. If those guys do what they need to do, as you guys have said, I'm not worried about the offense. But if we have a total team play from even the defensive side of the ball, then it gives us a lot better chances down the stretch. As you said, we have to work on things on special teams, make sure we're getting the ball down, because that, as Ralph said, that is going to become crucial down the stretch, especially possibly in that Jackson State game. We have to continue to tailor our game plans towards our opponent, keep them off balance in everything they do, make their defensive coordinator want to pretty much quit his job. The biggest thing is, as we did Saturday, have to continue making those in-game and stay balled in. Of it so far. We've done a great job of minimizing those missed game injuries, season-ending injuries, and we just have to keep up with that. And that, that helps out big, especially in the weight room and supplements and making sure that we're ready to go. Minimizing any mistakes that we have.
Yeah,
Let's capitalize on those things. Go ahead.
yeah, there's an X factor in this also. I think we are all watching, witnessing the geniusness of our offensive coordinator. He's an offensive mastermind. I don't think he's anywhere close to having emptied the chamber in terms of the game plan that he can put together or
He's still
plays he will
shooting
show down the
targets.
stretch.
Yeah, he's still shooting targets with skeet right now. He
Well,
ain't using a
for
buckshot.
example, I truly believe when you go up against a team like a Jackson State, you got to find out where that weak link is and create matchups to take advantage of that. I think he's that kind of guy that'll search and seek out matchups that favor us and put them more in a bind from that standpoint. And again, like I said, we help our defense out if we possess the football. We've been winning the time of possession. I like long scoring drives against a team like Jackson State, because that limits the number of touches that they get.
Right.
So I think it sets itself, and I'm not jumping ahead to Jackson. I'm just saying they appear to be the most dominant team remaining that we will play. Everybody is a threat. You don't never overlook anybody. And so this team seems to be growing and growing the right way. I can't foresee us overlooking anybody, particularly not with Coach Woody,
No.
coaching.
No.
And so I think we're setting ourselves up for a wonderful finish and possibly a great ending to the season.
Yeah. Well, Larry, one of the things that we haven't seen yet is we haven't seen Coach Pimpleton run out his tempo offense.
Right,
But we
correct.
know they have the ability to get up and go fast with tempo, and that is the sort of thing when you start talking about, again, not overlooking the next 3 games we have, but a team like Jackson, who they have a poor secondary, but they're really
Right.
good in the front 7. Well, what do you do when you have a good front 7? Don't let them rotate.
Don't let them rotate.
Get up on the ball, and you keep snapping, and you get those guys tired. And so we haven't
That's
even
right.
seen that yet. So yeah, I'm excited about what's in front of us, and we want to win the off week right now. Get healthy, and start tweaking
Definitely.
certain things.
Definitely. So, fans, we want to hear from you. That'll take us into our live call-in segment. Say it with your chest. The number to call in, talk to the guys here on the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show, 386-287-1226. 386-287-1226. Our Wildcats are in their off week this week as we continue to get healthy, kind of, rest up and get ready for homecoming. And we will cover that homecoming matchup against Arkansas Pine Bluff in its entirety next week. But as Jerry said, this week, we're just chilling out, getting everything ready, shining up the armor, getting the firepower back right, so we'll be parade ready. So.
Well, what I want to know is who from Alabama State called the SWAC office and had them adjust, because remember they gave Bama State another yard or two, and I'm just still trying to get Ralph his 2 yards so we get to 500 yards offense.
Right. Who do we need to talk to?
You're a good man, Jerry.
That is exactly right.
When the game was over, I'm like 498. What my 2 yards?
Put some time back on.
He said, "Where them fans at, huh?"
Yeah. Well, I was looking for the 2 yards, and one of our friends, Ralph, will tell you who. He was looking for 50 on the board, but I'm not gonna call him out, Ralph. I'll let you do
He said it earlier. He was looking.
He wanted that 5-0 man.
386-287-1226, and it was a historical game. One, the first time in Daytona, and number two, the first time we've ever beat Southern. So, I'm with you, Larry. Get that 50 piece while you're at it, man.
Let me tell you.
Hey, wow. 386-287-1226. 386-287-1226. That is the number to talk to the gang here on the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show. So, guys, it's been a long time since we've been excited going into open week and going into homecoming. How are you going to spend this weekend? I'll go to Larry. I'll go to Ralph first. How are you going to spend this weekend, man? You
know what? You guys gave me a lot of things to do for this tailgate, so I gotta plan my. So I can't even relax because you got me going all over the place to fulfill my homecoming duties.
Well, Ralph.
Yeah, so I'm gonna probably be tired. I'm gonna eat some of Larry but sweet potato pie.
How about you, Larry? What's your weekend looking like?
Well, I'm already starting to prep for homecoming next week because I've got a lot of stuff, and I got to take Thursday night out of the equation because I'm gonna spend with you guys. Okay.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
So man. I can't miss a day this week getting ready with the preparation for the food we're getting ready to have at this tailgate. But looking forward to it. I guess you can never. I guess I need to ask myself, why am I this way? Because as good as our football team is playing, and as wonderful as this season has turned out in terms of what it's shaping up to be for us, I'm still sitting around here asking myself, why did I have to watch the last 2 years of that offense? Why? When I had Einstein on the bench. That's what I cannot get over.
Secret weapon.
Had him right there.
Time. Yeah.
I have yet to hear anybody in the stands tell me what the next play is going to be. That's all I heard the last 2 years.
They cannot tell you, man. They cannot tell you, bro. I'm telling you, man. Carla, you're on the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show. Welcome. Caller, you're on the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show. Welcome.
Jackson Palm Beach. How you doing tonight?
Good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. I tell you, that was an exciting game. even though it was raining at Daytona, but it was worth it.
It was
It
definitely
was
worth it.
absolutely worth it.
Yeah, definitely worth it. Vernon, it, you know, as we were just saying, even the history that was behind that game, and then the point spread that Cookman put up, and going away in fashion. That's how you just you know that's how you welcome a team to Daytona, and that's how you send them home from Daytona.
Absolutely. And like you said, it was history because the first time beating Southern and then beating them in Daytona, so we made history twice to actually beat them in the city of Daytona Beach. Even had the opportunity to meet the president in person at the game. He's my frat brother, and that was just an exciting day all over, for the Wildcats.
Oh, most definitely, man. Most definitely, definitely exciting day, and we look to keep it going. We we definitely can do it. So it's just
Yeah,
all into what our guys, continue to work on and continue to improve on.
yeah, and also, I think that the dining people
Yeah, Sodexo.
donated a check yesterday, $1.5 million.
Yes,
I said, wow, couldn't get no better than that.
they have always been a big help in the community in Bethune-Cookman, and we're very appreciative of Sodexo. They've helped us as a athletic department, especially out so much when we've had the hurricanes.
Okay.
By us being a Sodexo school, we're able to go to other Sodexo schools and eat and even use their facilities and things of that nature. So um, we're very thankful for them, and keep it coming. Keep it coming.
I take. So I'm just excited, like you all were saying, for the rest of the season. I'm also excited. The fact is, the National Ballad Band is coming to our county in January. I can't get more excited than that. And then our band will be performing here down in our county January 16th through the 18th. Here in Palm Beach, so I'm looking forward to that. It's just a lot of great things that happen to come, and I'm so glad, gentlemen. I want to say that Belvin Perry is no longer on our board of trustees. I can just shout.
I was waiting.
You were waiting for it.
I was waiting for it.
Well, there we have it. There we have
The
it.
Lord is good. That's all I can say. The Lord is good.
Definitely so. Definitely so.
But anyhow, make sure you give my regards to your dad, and
Will
I
do.
want to say, Hail Wildcats. I'm just excited and looking forward to homecoming next week if the Lord say the same. And I'm just looking forward to the Florida Classic, and I hope we make a statement against that school on the hill. Let them know I don't care if you sit on the highest of the southern hills, but the world's most famous beach, we coming.
We coming. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. But first, we got some other business we got to take care of, and then we'll
I
see
know we
those
got to
guys.
take it one game at a time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But
Hey,
anyhow, you all have a nice night in Hail Wildcats.
Hail Wildcats, thank you, Vernon.
Hail
Great
Wildcats.
hearing from you, man. Enjoy the off week, and we'll see you for homecoming. 386-287-1226. 386-287-1226. That is the number to talk to the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Gang. And as Ralph was talking about, we have it up here, Ralph. So you have a lot to do for the tailgate for homecoming, Ralph?
So now you're messing with me.
No, I'm just asking a question. I didn't know, man. I didn't know. I was just asking. This is my first time going to one, so.
Oh wow. But I want to know. I want to know why you didn't ask me what I was going to do in the off week.
I'm getting
You
to
asked
it, Jerry.
He's skipping you, Jerry.
No. I think Jerry's going to be heavy in the football. What are you doing for the off week, Jerry? Are you participating in
So I
Biketoberfest, rather?
no, I can't participate in Biketoberfest because I'm going to be selling hot dogs so I can raise enough money to drive to Jacksonville to pick up our black Tony to make sure that he make it to the tailgate.
About that. So I got a message earlier. You know how Black Tony called in. You know, he said
Boy, y'all need to stop. Y'all
so
need to stop.
he says to me, "Hey, I might have to work next weekend, so just let me know what help." You know, Ralph is right.
Like I said, I'm raising enough money to go pick up Black Tony, so he have no excuse.
Boy,
he's already called me tonight.
Man, so that's what Jerry's going to be doing. Larry, what are you doing in the off week?
Well,
There
like
is
I
no
said,
off week.
yeah, we before you know it, homecoming will be here. In fact, it's technically here right now, but you know, I think the festivities start on Cookman's campus, I believe Sunday
Sunday
night.
Yeah.
So like I said, when you get in the middle of the week, and we're wrapping up bike week right now, so I'm just trying to make my load as easy as I can before I go in this kitchen and start the preparation for what we got to get done.
So what has to be done? Like what are you, and I know we're jumping the gun, but it's open week, so we can do what we want, right? Coach Woody's not holding us to a standard this week. Bethune-Cookman wins anyway for this open week. So Larry, we've heard and we've tasted. Ralph can echo this, Jerry can echo this, and some others. So what are you doing for homecoming? What are you preparing anything, or are you just what are you going to be doing in the kitchen starting?
Well, yeah. Well, I think there'll be a lot of food prepared, and you know, I was looking at the list and saw my name down for a few things, so I'm wondering whether there's going to be two or three of me. But we got to take care of some cakes and stuff to take care of, some vegetables, and then Daryl, you and I had a surprise conversation this afternoon. And we're trying to pull that into fruition also. So I would just tell people to stop by Lot 90 and come and see. Because it's going to be some good treats there.
Definitely.
Very good treats.
Go to the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Club page. That's www.hwgridironclub.org. Go in there into the blog page and go ahead and sign up for the tailgate. There'll be barbecue chicken, fish, pork chops. What kind of sides, man? I think yellow rice, green beans. I need to get Miss Emma on the show. Miss Emma, call in. Green beans, baked
Miss Emma
beans.
can run it down for you.
Yes, she can. And drinks and all that. And then for a bonus, for a little additional price, I heard there's supposed to be some smoked turkey legs. There's supposed to be seafood chowder. Hey, Larry, what's in that seafood chowder?
Yeah, that seafood chowder is going to have crab meat in it, crab claws, shrimp, conch, a lot of potatoes and vegetables. It's a tomato-based type of situation. It's extremely tasty. I'll tell you that. I mean, it should go quick. So you know, we got everything prepared, ready to to get it prepared. We got all the prepping pretty much done, and the crab meat picked out. So it'll be pretty good. I think anytime I've served it at my house, it definitely doesn't last that long. So I don't think much difference when we got to the stadium because we got some people in our party that can absolutely eat. You hear me? They might look a little old, but ain't nothing wrong with their digestive tract.
There's one thing I forgot about. There's one thing I left out. Ralph, can you remember what that one thing was? It's rhymes with house.
South Florida special.
Some good old Souths will be in the building. So make sure you stop by Spot 90. You can go on to Hail Wildcats Gridiron Club website now and purchase your plate or what have you. Stop by, join us at the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Club homecoming tailgate. It's one to behold. Caller, you're on the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show. Welcome.
Hey, what's going on, fam?
Hey, how's it going, man?
All right. I caught the show a little late, but I got a question and scenario if y'all didn't cover it already.
Yes, sir.
Let's say we handled business all the way through, we handled out and went out.
Mm-hmm.
Who's on Alabama State schedule to help us out to get them their second loss?
We actually don't need their second loss. We don't need. If we beat, yes, they beat us in head-to-head competition, but if we beat them in head-to-head competition, winning out is what that's the key word in Daytona. Winning out. That's what we have to do. We definitely have to win out.
If we win out, I'm anticipating this will come out.
What about home?
Yeah, asking were you ready for another baby for homecoming?
Ralph, he's asking, are you ready for another baby for homecoming?
Me? Another baby?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
B-A-B-Y, baby?
I guess. Like, did you have a baby for
My
I don't know where
baby?
this is going.
Yeah.
I have no idea where this is going.
Me either. I'm trying to figure it out.
He might be talking about you.
Not delivered that baby.
What did you say,
Oh
Jim?
yeah. He was talking about yeah. We got it. He's discussing
What is he talking about?
party favors. We'll leave it right there. He's talking about party favors. You know. So yeah, he'll be ready. We'll make sure he's ready after a big win. So,
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yes, sir. Hey, man. Well,
Folks, I'd just like to say for the record that Ralph Smith does not have any illegitimate children and doesn't owe anybody child support.
Thank you. Because I was getting nervous. Really nervous. I'm thinking, okay, obviously you know something I don't know.
I bet
Boy.
I bet
You don't
you
wanna
Miss
do it?
Emma is
Hey,
over there like, what?
Hey, Ralph's wife wasn't gonna let him go outside no more. That was gonna
Boy, what?
Ralph that was gonna be the last trip
my
Ralph
baby-
ever take with us, y'all.
No more homecoming for Ralph.
Trying to
You
get me
won't see
grounded
him.
here.
You're safe, Ralph. You're safe.
All the Souths at Ralph's house, none at the hill. At the club.
None.
Got that right, Jim.
Boy.
Yes,
Mm.
indeed. Yes, indeed, man. 386-287-1226. 386-287-1226. I just want to shout out the fans. We we here on the show are, as you are fans, are passionate about Wildcat football, and it has really shown your happiness from what our football program is doing and how it is, turning into our favor. We know that it's been a long time coming. And we just want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts, from the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show, from Hail Wildcats Gridiron Club, the 1923 NIL Collective, HailWildcats.com, just for keeping the fight up with us. When we first started this journey, when Coach Woody first got here, we talked about what it would take to continue to help build a program, and that's what we've done. We've come together as a fan base. We've put a president in place. We've come together as a fan base to really make this what we wanted it to be, and it does not go unnoticed. it does not go unnoticed by us. It does not go unnoticed by our coaching staff. You all don't know how many of our staff tune in to the Gridiron Show every Thursday night, huh, Larry? When we talk about those calls that come in on
Oh,
Fridays,
yeah,
Yeah,
they call you out, Larry.
8
no,
o'clock,
no,
8
no, no.
o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I'm saying the calls that Larry gets, that I get, and and we ain't talking about just CC.
No.
Yeah, some of these calls are,
Yeah.
batten down the hatches calls. But
You tell you what, you
Go ahead, Jerry.
oh no, sorry. Yeah, I was gonna say, what's it we've kind of about this among ourselves and even on the show a couple times. But Coach Woody is really in year 2. And
Yes.
because he got here so late in year 1. And I'm saying this because you're starting to hear the conversation about Bethune-Cookman out in the HBCU space, outside of Bethune space. But people are starting to take notice and like, okay, they're doing something special in Daytona. Now, people, some of them aren't fully on board. Some are, but they're starting to take notice. And here's the thing. What we are seeing from Bethune-Cookman this year is what many expected may happen, a season ago. And
Yes.
so I guess what I'm saying is Coach Woody is building. Building takes time. We all want it instantly. Building takes time.
Microwave.
And but I think the program is heading in the right direction, and you just got to applaud the work and the job that that he's doing with Ralph talked earlier about fixing APR and fixing the education things and how that's translating on the field. You just got to love the direction of the program and the university right now. And so again, hats off to the job that's happening.
Definitely so. Definitely so. And we still have a lot of football to be played. So,
A lot.
we have 2 home games left. We have next week homecoming, then the week after that, Mississippi Valley. But we want you to continue to support these guys from the coaching staff on down. Travel to, if you can, travel to Grambling, travel to Jackson State, man. Let these SWAC teams know that, hey, Bethune-Cookman might be small, but they're mighty. They might be small and they're mighty. And as Jerry said, the world is taking notice of what's going on at Bethune-Cookman. From campus, from on campus, main campus,
But
to over on the football side. Go ahead, Ralph.
in addition to the improvement that the football team is making, the volleyball team is having a
Yes.
heck of a season.
They are.
They're having a hell of a season.
They are.
So hats off to Coach Williams.
Definitely.
They're playing exceptionally well.
Mhm.
Definitely so.
Yeah.
Caller, you're on the Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show. Welcome.
Hello, can you all hear me?
Yes, sir. Chuck, we can hear you. How's it going, big guy?
Man, doing fine after a long day of work and getting a chance to listen to you all. You all are a relief for me, and
We try,
it's quite
Chuck, we
interesting. And
try.
also, I see homecoming is coming up, and I've been echoing to many of schools. People are going to these various homecomings. Have fun and be safe because they found out about some more shootings. One at Alcorn State University, and the other one you talking about the Jackson State Alabama State game outside
Right.
the stadium in the tailgating area. There was a shooting and a child was injured. And on
Wow.
Alcorn's campus, a lady was killed.
Unreal.
After that, Alcorn played
Wow,
played
really?
California, and that evening, a lady was killed. There was a gas station on that campus, and the shooting occurred. And she was hit and didn't pull through, and it's just so much that's going on. It's not only at HBCU homecomings. It happened at LSU just had their homecoming. They played
Yeah,
at
they
University
did.
of South Carolina. They had a shooting in that area. They ended up getting the suspect. Suspect is 16 years old, and
Wow.
people fail to realize they think Southern is in a high crime area, but LSU is in a high crime area as well.
It
And
is.
South Baton Rouge, you know,
Very much
Southern's
is.
in North Baton Rouge and Scotlandville. Both areas are dangerous. You have to be very careful. And yeah, my reason for calling, I didn't get a chance to go to Grammy's homecoming. We didn't get a chance to go this time. My mother had a health crisis. She had to be taken to the hospital, and she's doing better.
Good.
And what happened is I
Good.
ended up staying home and watching the Alabama State Jackson State game. That was quite a ball game, and that ending was something.
It was
And
definitely
people
something.
who attended that game ended up getting their money's worth. And I watched you all play as well. Watched you all on SWAC TV, and you all took care of business on Southern. And then I watched that school, North W. Well, they had to eat humble pie with had North Carolina Central just took it to them. And that young man just went to work on those two young men went to work on Walker Harris and Christian Mosley.
Definitely so. Definitely so. So yeah, man, Chuck, we're blessed over here and excited, and you know we thank you for your support and what you do for HBCU football and what you do especially for
And I
our
never
show.
attended
Man.
HBCU.
Right. Myself either. I was born into one, but you know I'm. I know Jerry's gonna kill me on this, but I'm only a Wildcat now, Jerry. I am not with that other team in Tallahassee. So,
I love the sound of that.
Hey, how's it going, Jerry? Hey, how's it going?
All is well. How you doing, Chuck?
Yeah, I see you have you had the whole gang there, and
Chuck,
I know Mr. Wesley
question
doing
for
some
you.
cooking, and I always enjoy him and Mr. Smith and you know Brother Bell, and all you all, Brother Williams, you all are great, and it's a lighthearted show. You're not all in your feelings about things. And the way you all explain things, we all talk about things, it's with intelligence. You're not in your feelings if someone said something, you taking the issue.
right, definitely. Chuck, I think Jerry has a question for you.
Yeah, sure. Hey, how's it
So
going, Jerry?
what's the what? All is well, sir.
can't
All
hear
is well.
him.
Just kind of give us kind of a temp. Oh, you can't hear me? That's okay.
What
It's
is
all
he
good.
asking?
I was going to
I
ask
can't
just
really-
what's
I
the
can't hear him.
temperature reading? Ask them what's the temperature reading for people in Louisiana about the Southern and their the game against Bethune. What are people saying about the Southern Bethune-Cookman game in Louisiana?
He was asking Chuck, what's the temperature? What are people saying in regards to this past Saturday's game against Bethune-Cookman and Southern? If you've heard anything.
You talking about the Bethune-Cookman Southern games? Or what was the?
Yeah,
what was
just
the,
in that
the
in the Louisiana area, is there any talk about it? Is there like what's going on? I know there's some grumbling going on over, you know.
Oh, you talking
in
about what's
Baton
going on
Rouge.
Grambling right now, man? People.
Well, Grambling,
Oh, yeah,
Southern
people
people,
not-
anyone you know over that way.
Yeah,
is-
Grambling. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, Grambling people, they're not very happy right now, and I even told my father and I were talking about that. I said, well, you know, people have realized, you know, you're not gonna, you know, they still, you know, they've been, you know, it's a pressure cooker at Grambling now with Mickey Joe, and I got to know him quite well, and he's a great guy, but the thing about it, high expectation. You know, once upon a time, Grambling used to be a kind of school that, give them time and all, but they're not doing what I think Coach Eddie Robinson's legacy spoiled them. That's what has happened. You know, like Southern has always been a pressure cooker. You know, that goes back to Mumford. You know, after Mumford, there was that high expectation. The coach is getting fired because they couldn't beat Eddie Robinson. And
Right.
now, if you don't beat Grambling, you have a job. It's gonna be tough on Terrence Graves and I look at with youth down in I look at north of you, James Cozy, what's happening with him. And look, they better watch it. They don't want to join them. I'm not saying they'll get the money that James Franklin would get, but talking about the unemployment line. Look at what happened to him this past Sunday. Him and Trent Bray from Oregon State and Trent
Dilfer,
Alabama Birmingham.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
and it's still pending. Well, we don't know what's going to happen to Billy Napier and some of these others.
Yeah. I mean, we thought 18 million was huge when Florida State let go of Taggart, but 48 million.
Yeah, and hey, I had to give y'all a good laugh about Orgeron when he was terminated from LSU in 2021. He said, when they told me what the payout money was, he said Ray Charles was here, and he said when they told me to pay out money, I said, hey, what time you need me to leave the building?
Yeah, I'm with
you. Yeah.
Yeah, he just wanted to know what time to leave.
You see so many.
Met him. He's a cool guy.
He's a really cool guy. You see so many memes out there right now. It's like, hey, all you gotta do is just get hired by a program and not do so well.
And those travel agencies.
Yeah. And
the travel agencies do well around this time of the year as well. I can imagine they do well because they'll be booking trips.
Yeah. Definitely. So.
I didn't mean to hold you all a long time. I know you have other calls to get to.
No, we're good. We're gonna get ready to wrap up the show. We're gonna have final words from the guys, and so you know what? It's a bike week for us. It's bike week in Daytona, or Biketoberfest in Daytona. So it's kind of good.
Y'all do have bike week.
We have bike week and Biketoberfest. That's going on right now. So it's a good thing we did the show virtually because we got a call from the owner at Urban Soul this morning. It was like, there's no way you guys are going to be able to park. You probably have to park over on the other side of the bridge.
Imagine it's hectic down there.
Yeah, very, very hectic. Great weather down there. So, Chuck, this week, give us your final words. We'll start with you, and then I'll go to the other guys. Give us your final words.
We will see. Things are shaping up with the SWAC, and tables could turn. Looking at what you all are doing right now, down there in Daytona Beach, Florida, and if they keep on going, you never know what can occur. It's not a guarantee that people have a guarantee that Jackson State is going to make it back to the SWAC championship game. They're going to they said they're in the driver's seat, but they say they're going to make it back to the Celebration Bowl. But things can occur at this point. Whoever thought that Penn State, they had high expectations just like that. But look what happened. That person that got him to the playoffs last season, he's no longer there.
Right.
And things can happen. Look at just any of these schools that were riding high earlier, but the wheels start going in a different direction. I didn't mean to go long, but that's where I'm gonna land on.
No, hey, we appreciate it, Chuck, man. Thank you for calling in, even though it is a bike week, open week. Let us hear it.
Oh, okay. Hail Wildcats.
Yes, sir. Give it to us. Say it with your chest, Chuck. Hey, man, thanks a lot, Chuck, man. It's always great to hear from you, man. And we look forward to hearing from you on next Thursday night, man.
All right, you all have a great, safe weekend on your off weekend. Just be safe out there.
Thank you very much, Chuck, and give our blessings to your mom, and we're praying for her.
I sure would. Thanks a lot for
that.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Definitely, man.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
You all take care.
Good to hear from you, Chuck.
All right. Have a good night.
Always, Chuck. Always.
All right.
Well, guys, it is that time. It's been a great show. Great talking to our Wildcat fans out there. Great talking to you guys. I want to hear your final words. Jerry, I'll let you take it off after Chuck.
Yep.
So, Jerry, go ahead.
My final words. Chuck mentioned coaches getting fired and James Cozy. So my final words are this. Please don't fire James Cozy before the Florida Classic.
I agree.
He's just fine. Let him stay right there.
We need to send maybe something. We need to send some cigars or some tailgate food to the athletic director over there. Kilo, hey.
You need some Guthries. You want them with the chicken boxes?
Right. I think what you got over there, Larry? Apple cobbler or something? I'll give him the best ice cream on top of it.
Hey, when that caller is taking one of them sweet potato pies back to Pine Bluff, he can stop by Tallahassee on I-10 and drop off one of Larry's sweet potato pies.
You- with love.
With love. So
Cozy, don't lose that job before the 22nd of November.
wild class, but sad things going on this week for their homecoming. The snow, thing. I don't know if you guys saw that. That
Yeah,
was
saw that.
I saw it. I did see it today. Yep.
so it's but as it relates to what's going on in Daytona Beach, this team and where they are right now, even in the games at our level that did not turn out the way we wanted to, they still very respectable showings even in those games, and lessons learned that we see applied to the season. And so keep growing, keep working, keep your head down, keep getting better. It's the season is a marathon, so continue to improve, figure out what you do well, and lean into those things. And we're proud, we're happy, we're enthused about what's going on. And so thank you for giving us a level of joy, and we want to see you continue to progress as the season goes on.
Amen. Amen. Larry?
The Jerry show on Sunday night, that's for sure. Because I can't wait to hear what the FAMU people are going to be saying. Saying by that time we would know what the score uh, is from the homecoming game in Tallahassee this weekend. But boy, I know I heard them a couple of weeks ago talking about that situation, and there were several people saying, "Don't bother Cozy, leave Cozy alone." So I know, I know that's going to come up again on Saturday night. I'll be listening for that. To Saturday morning run up to Jacksonville for a family gathering this weekend. And while I'm there, I'm just checking on a relative under the weather, but I'm going to stop by the Benedict Edward Waters game at 4 o'clock at EWC. Coach Jenkins and those took a hard loss at Kentucky State, but the eastern side of the SIAC is really wide open. The Benedict team is a very, very, very good football team. They're undefeated, and it'll be very interesting to watch them on Saturday. I'll be right back home after that is over on Saturday. But I just hope our guys are um, taking good care of themselves, staying healthy. I don't know whether Coach Woody's giving them some time off or what, but I just like to see them continue to grow. As I said, our festivities for homecoming truly kick off on Sunday. We all know what homecoming week is like. We know there's a lot of distractions because we got people coming in from everywhere, and we don't even know what days that they're going to be arriving in here. But it's shaping up to be a real special weekend. And we go into this homecoming. If you remember last year, Daryl, I went and we cooked at the tailgate, but I didn't
Yes.
go in the game.
You
I just
didn't go
stayed
in the
outside.
game. Right.
I went when they came out and told me we were leading
Jackson
early
State.
17 something. I said, I'm still not going. I'm
Yeah.
not going in there. Y'all not going to trick me. And so I stayed there. And then as the game was over, we began to get the score trickling out. But this year, I'm awaiting this game with great joy because I just enjoy watching this team play. There's an energy that Jerry talked about that hasn't been around here in a while, and the fact that we now have an offense that is a polar opposite of what it has been the last 2 years. They say offense sells tickets, but championships win games. I'll take the offense right now and the way this team is playing. So I'm looking forward to a weekend of not necessarily being at that stadium, of being able to take in some good football and also getting ready for this tailgate. There's a lot of love that goes in, a lot of work that goes into the preparation of this food that we're going to have out there. And Guys, we do it every year. You're more tired going into the game than you are after the game.
Yeah, definitely.
So hopefully, at least I'll go into this game feeling like we got a real good chance to win. And that's a great feeling to have. And not just this game, but looking forward to the future, the remaining games. So what a turnaround this has been thus far. And it's not over. I'll close with this, and I'm just going to put this out there. Um, there was an article written this week in HBCU Game Day, and if you've not seen the article, I would just ask that you go read the article for yourself. It's about Bethune-Cookman, but read it for yourself, and you make your own interpretation of it. Um, I just hope and pray that in the end, what is moral and just does take place for the betterment of our college. That's all that I'm going to say on that. And I'll close that with Hail Wildcats.
Hail Wildcats. Ralph.
Well, I get a little nervous going into homecoming because we haven't won one in 4 or 5 years. And I'm just listening to all the enthusiasm here tonight. And I'm just hoping things turn out the way we think they're going to turn out. But I'm still a little nervous going into this homecoming and finishing this season like we all expect us to finish. So I'm a little cautious. I'm cautious, but I'm optimistic. And I just want to see people come out to homecoming, support these players, support the university, and let's go on to victory and hopefully to the Celebration Bowl.
Definitely.
That's where I'm at.
I definitely echo the sentiments of each one of the guys, each one of our fans, and we're in a great place right now, and just we pray that it keeps going. As I said earlier, thank you all so much for the support that you give the football team, the athletics as a whole, the school as a whole, and let's keep it going. Let's keep on raising that bar higher and higher. We definitely would love to see you next Thursday night. We'll be live from Urban Soul Daiquiris and Wingz. Come on down. We're going to throw a little pre-homecoming celebration down at Urban Soul. If you've never eaten there, you're missing out. You're missing out. So if you're in the Daytona area, if you're coming to the Daytona early, come down and see us at Urban Soul. Down 601 South Main Street there in Daytona Beach, Florida. And for all our fans out there, I just got a special message in our Hail Wildcats Gridiron Show inbox. Coach Woody would like to thank all the fans for your support, continued support. And he says, keep on pulling for us, keep on believing, and they're going to continue to make us proud. And that's from the head skipper just moments ago.
Tell him we need to get him on the show.
He will be on. He will be on. He's out recruiting right now, so that's why he couldn't be on tonight. But we will get him on. So for Mr. Jerry Bill, Mr. Larry Wesley, for Mr. CC Black, Tony Cruse in his absence. for Mr. Ralph Smith, I'm Coach Darold Williams. We look forward to seeing you. Let's enjoy homecoming. We'll see you Thursday night, 7:30 p.m., Urban Soul, 601 Main Street in Daytona Beach, Florida. Hail Wildcats, and good night.
Hail Wildcats.
Hail Wildcats.
Hail Wildcats.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Bethune-Cookman University alma mater.